Wow, I can't believe it's already June of 2022. Well, the market is continuing to change, and I want to give you 5 market indicators along with 2 possible outcomes as far as what's going to happen in the future for our market here in the Lakewood Ranch area. So if that's of interest, stick around. I have all the information coming right up.
Don't buy real estate if you experience allergic reactions to happiness, satisfaction, pride, fulfillment, contentment. Stop buying real estate if you don't like community, a sense of belonging, a diversified portfolio. Buying real estate may cause you to shop at hardware stores, furniture stores, and design centers. See your realtor immediately if you experience any of these symptoms.
Hey, it's MarkBoehmig with Michael Saunders & Company, and in this channel, Living in Lakewood Ranch, we cover all the areas around Lakewood Ranch, from Bradenton down to Sarasota, and from Siesta Key up to Anna Maria Island. So if you get value out of these videos, just click that little subscribe button, ding the little bell. Every time I put on a video, you'll be notified. So what I did was I pulled up all the stats that are market indicators for our area of 34201 and 34202 for the Lakewood Ranch area of Florida, just to see where we are right now. So at the end of May, we are up in the number of sales, we are up in the number of listings, and we're also up in the days on market. So let's take a better look at this. The sold properties in May were 107, and that is up from April, which was only 83. And then the number of homes for sale in May were 88, and that is up from 80 in April, and it was only 32 in January of this year. So we have increased our inventory from 32 homes up to 88 homes. So as you can see, we're getting more inventory on the market. And then the pending sales were down to 93, and that was from 97 in April. And that was also from 118, that was a year ago, in May of 2021. The average price per square foot continues to rise. So that shows that we're not seeing any decreases in prices. So the average price per square foot for May was $383 a square foot, and that is up from April's $365 a square foot. Last year, $281. So that's a huge increase from $281 to $383. So as you can see, our price per square foot is still increasing. Now, the average days on market is also increasing. So what that's telling us is that buyers are being a little more picky. There's not quite as much frenzy as what we had, and I'm also not seeing quite as many multiple offer situations. But the average days on market is 13, and now that's up from 8 last month, but it's still much lower than in May of 2021, which was 22 days on market. Now, the other thing that we want to take a look at is what is the average price of the houses that are listed here, and what are the average price of the houses that are sold here. So the average sold price last month was $919,000, and then in May of 2021 that number was $757,000. So you can see there's quite a big jump from the $757 to $919 over that 1-year period. And then the last thing we want to talk about is months of supply. How many months supply do we have in our area? So if nobody else put their house on the market, how long would it take to deplete the inventory? And that is 0.8 months. Now that's down a little bit from last month where we had 1 month supply. So just think about that. If nobody listed their house in 0.8 of a month, we wouldn't have any inventory. So that's kind of hard to wrap your head around, because in a balanced market is about 4 to 6 months. So normally when we're in a normalized market, it's about a 4 to 6 month supply of inventory. Now, the other thing I wanted to point out is a couple of predictions. CoreLogic shows right here that for our area in Manatee and Sarasota County, they are predicting 0 to 20% chance of a decline in prices. They're thinking that our market is going to see about a 6 to 7% increase year over year this year versus the 26% that we increased last year. So they're showing that, and you can see from this map that they're thinking that there's a 0 to 20% chance that we could actually see a decline. In other words, that prices go down. So I don't think that's going to happen. And then the other thing that we need to pay attention to is interest rates. Now, while about 60% of my deals last year were cash, interest rates still bear a factor. One reason is because if the stock market still stays in a declined state, then the people that were paying cash are not going to pull their money out at a bad time. They're going to wait until the market gets a little bit better, so they may be forced to actually borrow money. Last year they would borrow money because they could get it at 3%, and they were probably making 8 to 10% on their investments, so therefore they had a gain on that difference between what the mortgage would have been versus what they were getting in the market. But now that the market is down and the interest rates are up, that inverse is not going to be great, because that's going to force more people to get mortgages. So those things are going to tamper down some of the fervor that we've been feeling here in our market here in Lakewood Ranch. I hope you got value out of this video, and if you did, I'll even put a link to this report so you can get the entire report, so you can take a look at it. If you just put in your email address, it'll come directly to you. Mark Boehmig, Michael Saunders and Company.